Hi, good morning, Iowa City. My name is Jenna Gibbs. I am a yoga instructor and trainer for the University of Iowa Rec Services. And this morning we're going to be doing a Vinyasa class. So it is going to be a little bit more vigorous flow. It's not gentle yoga like I normally teach, but it's a great class to do on your off days. For example, yesterday I just ran 4 miles. I'm 31 weeks pregnant, so that was pretty challenging. So today is just a Vinyasa yoga today. You will only need a mat. I'm going to be using some blocks. So if you have yoga blocks nearby, they're great to use, but they're totally not necessary. All right, let's start laying on our backs on our mat, knees hugging into your chest. And I will join you there. Good, and you can give yourself a tight squeeze. Sometimes I like to rock a little side to side. Just kind of massage out your lower back. It's nice and sunny in my sunroom today, so we're gonna get lots of different lighting angles here. Good, and now take a few knee circles. So I like to bring my knees together, down and out. As you do this, focus on keeping your lower back flat to the ground. These knee circles are great to relieve pain of the lower back, all that strain. And then switching directions, knees together. You can make the circles little or wide. Good, and so since I'm pregnant, I will be demonstrating a lot of things today, but I can do most of them. Good, let's take a quick happy baby. Soles of the feet to the sky, grab onto the outside edges of your feet, and go ahead, gentle sway side to side. Just kind of rocking it out. Good, and then really increasing your grip on the outside of your feet so that you can kind of pull your knees into your armpits. Flex your feet to the sky and just enjoy, again, flattening the lower back, just kind of enjoying this hip opener. Awesome, and then kind of related to releasing the lower back, soles of the feet down, soles of the feet hip width, arms out to the sides. It's windshield wiper those knees side to side. And as you do so, really work on getting that internal knee down. Okay, so the knee that's coming inward, normally it's difficult to inward rotate just because we have a lot of IT band issues, but really rocking that side to side. Awesome, and then you can either hug yourself and roll up to stand or roll over onto the side like me and come up to stand. We're gonna come onto all fours, take a few rounds of cat-cows. It's just one of the best ways to warm up your spine. So inhale, arching the back, looking up, exhale, rounding the back and pressing the floor away. Making sure that your hands are right underneath your shoulders, fingers are spread apart. We're going to take about 5 of these. Inhale, exhale, push the floor away, tuck your tailbone. Really getting that pelvic tilt. Good, walking your hands forward a little bit. We'll come into our first downward facing dog. Reaching the hips back, first downward facing dog of the morning. I really like to make it a little bit more dynamic so you can swing your hips a little bit apart. Pedal your feet, especially if you're tight in the calves like I am, since I did that run yesterday. And just kind of work it out. Good, coming back to center, let's rock forward to high plank. Just finding a nice strong plank. So we are going to be doing a lot of vinyasas today, because this is Vinyasa yoga. So now you can always pass the vinyasa or just do a plank. Back to downward facing dog. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, plank, strong core. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank, gazes forward. Exhale, down dog. Take your gaze between your knees and let's walk our feet all the way up to your hands. Ragdoll, grab opposite elbows. You can bend your knees, sway side to side, Start to open up the back of the body, the lower back, all of the legs. Good. Hands to hips. Take a bend to your knees. Reach your heart forward and up. All right. So we're going to do 3 half sun salutes and 3 full. Feet are underneath the hips. When we inhale, reach up today, we're going to exhale back to a back bend with cactus arms. So you're going to spiral your arms out like goalposts. Extend your heart to the sky and then reach back up before you exhale, forward fold. All right. All the way down. Let's kind of halfway lift, fingertips or shins with your hands, and then fold again. Inhale all the way up to the sky, belly in, arms reach. Exhale, release. Good. I laugh when I say belly in because obviously that's hard for me. Let's do it again. Inhale, reach. We're going to come into that back bend. Cactus arms, lift your heart. Press your hips forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hinge at the hips all the way down. Inhale halfway, just extending your spine. Exhale, deepen your fold. Inhale, this time all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing salute. So tight body, long body, reach to the sky, hands to heart center. One more half sun salute. Inhale, reach those arms to the sky. Exhale, hips forward, cactus arms, lift hearts. Good. Inhale, reach again, get long, and exhale, forward fold. Knees can be gently bent here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Press those feet into the ground, root to the earth. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. 3 full sun A's. I'm going to jump right into upward facing dog. So I challenge you to do it with me, okay? Inhale all the way up. Let's come into that back bend again. Hands come into cactus. Lift the heart, look up. Good. And then reach, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Take your gaze to the front of the mat. Step back to your first high plank. We'll take the first one nice and slow. Lift the back of your kneecaps, straighten your legs, press the floor away, okay? On your exhale, you're gonna lower to your low push-up. We call that chaturanga in yoga. Inhale, straighten the arms, come onto the tops of the toes, and if you can, lift the legs off the mat for a nice upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Usually when we do sun salutes, we recover here in downward facing dog. So if it ever gets to be too much for you, this is where you can rest, or you can come down to your knees if you need to, or take a child's pose. Very nice. Let's walk or hop your hands all the way to your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straight up to the sky. Strong legs. Hold you in position. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do 2 more sun A's, a little bit quicker. Inhale, reach arms up. Let's come to that standing back bend. Cactus arms, exhale. Inhale, re-straighten. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank and low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Straighten those arms, firm up those triceps. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to recover here for 3 or 4 breaths. Good. Sometimes I like to really bend my knees in downward facing dog and really focus on getting my hips back. It's even good to do that if you're advanced, because bending your knees gets you a little bit more of an advanced calf stretch. Awesome. Let's walk or step to the hands, front of the mat. Inhale, halfway, lengthen heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, strong legs as you come all the way up. Belly button in, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Last one. Inhale, reach. Let's exhale, set back bend. Open your arms, cactus. Pull the shoulders together. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, straight to chaturanga if you would like. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Few breaths here, making sure that your second toe is facing the front of the mat. Heels are straight back behind your ankles. And again, you can bend your knees if you're looking for a little bit more length in your lower back and you need more of a calf stretch. Okay? Really difficult to stretch those calves with bent knees, let me tell you what. Especially if you are a runner, you're going to be tight back there. Let's go ahead and walk or hop to our hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Strong stance, reach the sky. And exhale, release the hands. Good. It would not be Vinyasa yoga class without one chair. So keep your feet hip width apart, top of your mat. We're going to come to chair by sitting the hips down and reaching the arms up. Feel the weight into your heels a little bit as you keep your chest lifted, all right? Same principles here kind of apply as an overhead squat. Chest lifts, hips back and down. Good. One more inhale here in chair and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's step straight back to downward facing dog this time. Good. Reach through the arms, hips back. Inhale, forward high plank. We're going to take a side plank each side, all right? So left hand's going to come to the center of your mat, a little bit in front of your chest. You're going to rotate onto that hand. You can rotate feet or stack feet, okay? Just really warming up the core first thing. So Vinyasa classes, definitely more vigorous than gentle yoga. Strong shoulder. I have to say, doing these while pregnant, super challenging. I've got a lot more weight to carry in that shoulder, but still safe because I'm using a lot of obliques, okay? Awesome, let's switch sides. We're just holding for a few breaths. Firming up the obliques. You can cross the feet or keep the feet stacked. Strong base shoulder. Spread those fingers apart. Good. Back to your regular plank. Optional vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Let's get into some standing postures. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. And exhale, hug your right knee to your chest as you step it between the hands. Turn your back foot down 45 degrees. Bend deeply into your front knee. Good. And come on up. Hands on hips or full warrior A. Hands overhead. Hands come together just like we would do in a traditional Ashtanga class. Bend deeply into that front knee. Good. Straighten that back leg. Don't hold your breath. Just keep breathing in and out of your nose. Awesome. Let's take a vinyasa. Frame the front foot. High to low plank. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, downward facing. Let's take three-legged dog, other side. Lift left heel nice and high. Exhale, hug left knee into your chest. Place the left knee between the hands. Turn your back foot 45 degrees. You can come up hands on hips. I kind of like to check out the hips first in Warrior One. Make sure they're trying to face the front of the mat. Then I come into my full version, hands together overhead. Even option to gaze at your thumbs. Good. Don't forget about straightening that back leg, that stubborn back leg. Awesome. Circle the arms down. Optional vinyasa. High to low plank on the exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Listen carefully. We're going to walk our hands all the way back to our feet. Forward folding at the back of the mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Pause there for the exhale. And then inhale, hands to hips, just come up to stand. Awesome. We're gonna step out with that left foot. Okay, heels in, toes out. Pretty vigorous pose here. We're coming into a nice horse stance. Some people call this goddess squat. When I come down to my first one, I like to have hands, heart center, sway side to side. I'm really working on pressing those knees out in line with the toes. Okay. Good. Coming down low. I know it burns, but we're going to hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Good. You can inhale and straighten those legs. On your exhale, let's place our hands to the inside of those thighs and come back down. And you can kind of let your shoulders slouch here, but you're still having the pelvis descend towards the ground. Okay. So again, you can sway side to side, or you can join me by taking some shoulder twists. So you're gonna duck that left shoulder in, stay in your sumo squat, and inhale, come out. Let's exhale, right shoulder in. Keep pressing those legs apart, and inhale, come out. Let's do one more each side. Exhale, left shoulder down. Inhale, come out. Exhale, right shoulder down. And inhale, come out. Awesome. Let's go ahead and come up to stand. Great. Turn your toes to face. We're going to set up for warrior 2 right away. Turn your right toes out. Left foot will be nice and straight. Left edge of the foot aligned with the front of the mat. And you're just going to bend that right knee, knee in line with toes. Warrior 2. Okay, really basic posture here. Take your gaze down your front hand. Good. It's all about how much you can bend this knee, but keep your torso nice and upright, okay? So it's gonna depend how flexible you are, how low you can come down. It's huge, requires a lot of hip flexibility. It took me about a decade to be able to hit warrior 2. Good, let's flying warrior. Inhale, square the feet, reach the arms out. Let's take it to the other side. Warrior 2, feet are even apart. Keep your torso upright. Good. I know I can't demo it very well. Belly in. It's like you're pulling your belly button into your spine. Holding here. Awesome. Let's take a vinyasa, front of the mat. Cartwheel those hands down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Legs straight. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. Awesome. Listen carefully here. We're going to start with the left leg. Inhale, lift left heel up and back. And exhale, left hand comes to outside of your foot, or outside of your hand, sorry. Left foot is to outside of your hand, my bad. Good. And we're kind of in a lizard pose here. So my back leg is straight, my hips are down, and my chest is reaching forward. That's the hardest part. Reaching forward with your gaze in your chest as you sink into that left hip. Modified lizard. Just holding for a couple breaths here. Great transition. We're just going to walk our hands to the right, square the toes, lift halfway, legs straight, wide leg forward fold, prasarita. So toes are facing the side of the mat, hands come to the inside of your ankles. Drop your head, drop your torso, lift your hips to the sky. Big hamstring opener. Awesome, and then we're just going to continue walking our hands to the right, inside of the right foot. Okay, bending right knee, modified lizard on the other side. Just enjoying. Very, very stretchy into the hips here. Lift your gaze, lift your heart, even though you're down in the slow lunge. Keep your back leg nice and straight. Awesome, let's just step back to downward facing dog. I know we're facing the back of our mats. Back to downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa, inhale, high plank, lower. Upward facing dog on the inhale, and downward facing dog. We are going to work our way back around this circle. So plant your left foot, inhale your right heel up to the sky. Exhale, the right hand comes to the outside of the right foot. This time, leave your left hand planted. Let's take a twist. Inhale, reach your right arm, twisted lizard. Exhale, right hands down. Walk both hands to the left again. Here we are in our wide leg forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Stay there, hands to hips, elbows to sky. Exhale, fold. So keeping your hands on your hips this time, squeezing your elbows together at your back requires you to use a lot more of that lower body strength to keep you in this position. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, hands down. Walk your hands to the inside of your left foot. Turn your hips back square to the front edge of your mat. Let's take a twist. Right hand down, left arm high. Straighten that back leg. Good. Plant the hands. Optional vinyasa, you can always meet us in downward facing dog. Awesome. Good. Resting here in downward facing dog. If you want to take a quick child's pose here, you can. We've been doing a lot into the hips, maybe just releasing your lower back will feel kind of good. I'll give you a couple extra breaths here. I know that I need the child. I don't know about you guys. Good. If anything, just to rearrange my shirt. Good. Let's meet in downward facing dog if you're not already there. Okay. This time, again, we're going to inhale right heel to the sky. Exhale, right foot between the hands. Come down onto the back knee. We're going to come into a low lunge. All right. You can reach your arms up to the sky if you would like it to be vigorous, or you can leave your hands interlaced on top of your thigh. Keep your hips square and just kind of enjoy this stretch. If you're reaching hands to sky, you want to really kind of engage your lower belly, pull it in, look up. Good. Exhale, hands down, frame the foot. Let's step straight back to downward facing dog. If you really want a killer vinyasa there, take it. All right. We know that in vinyasa yoga, we're doing a lot of those chaturanga push-ups. That's just the nature of the flow. Let's inhale our left foot up. And exhale, left foot between the hands. Low lunge, other side. Great hip flexor stretch, especially if you've been sitting in a chair a lot. Okay, walking a lot, running a lot, opening up the side of that bottom leg, front of that bottom leg, feels great. If you want to do a little bit more vigorous, engage your lower abdominals, reach your arms to the sky. Really press that front foot into the mat. Awesome. Hands down. Let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. Just enjoy it. You can pedal it out. Good. From here, we're going to step that left foot forward between our hands. Pivot to the right. Come into our wide leg forward fold one more time. And this time, if you want, you can halfway lift, grab your big toes with your first and second finger and your thumb, and forward fold that way. You can always gently bend the knees in your forward fold too, but we're really working on hinging at the hips and dropping our chest, spreading your sitting bones. Good. Hands to hips, and heel come all the way up. Awesome. So another standing sequence. We're going to hit triangle and warrior two here. We're going to turn our right toes out to the right. Keep your left foot right as is. Some people like to take triangle a little bit wider. I have to say, if you want to use a lock in triangle, now is the time to grab it. I would put it to the outside of your right foot. Okay, since I'm pregnant, I'm going to really depend on these blocks for some of these postures. Let's reverse our triangle. So take your left arm down that straight left leg, reach up and over just so you're getting a nice big side stretch and lengthening the side of the body. Really actively reach And then exhale, hinge at that right hip, reach the right arm forward, and you can place that right hand on your shin, the block, or the ground, okay? Left arm goes high, all right? Legs are in that nice triangle. We're pressing our right big toe mound into the floor so that we're keeping that front leg engaged. You can take your gaze up to the sky. Wow, in the morning, triangle feels really good for me. I don't know about you. I just really feel like I'm stretching a lot of the joints. Good, listen carefully. We're gonna come up. We're gonna get set up for warrior two. So if this isn't a wide enough stance for you, you can scoot that back heel back a little bit. Warrior two, okay? We've already been here once before, so we can come right in. Let's reverse our warrior. Inhale, left arm down, right arm up. And exhale this time, extended side angle, okay? So you can bring your right arm to the inside of your leg, reaching left arm up and over, or you can bring your right hand down behind you onto the floor or onto that block. Just keep in mind, even though we're reaching and it's one long angle along the side of the body, we want to keep our warrior two legs nice and active. Very, very nice. Inhale, go ahead and come on up. You may want to take your block with you because we're going to do all those postures on the other side. So turning left toes back towards the front of the mat. Right foot, back edge parallels the back of the mat. Okay, setting up for a triangle with the legs. Let's reverse our triangle first. Just gaining a lot of side, length in the obliques. Really need to stretch these out if you're sitting in a chair. Those sides of the body just slump. Good. Then hinge the hips, reach left arm forward, place it down on the block or the floor or even your own shin if you don't have a block. Good. And then try to stack right wrist on top of left. Take your gaze up. All the limbs are nice and straight in triangle. That could be why it feels so good. Stacking those joints. Pressing the left toe, big toe mound into the floor. Good. Come on up. We're going to come into warrior two. So if you have to scooch that back foot back, be my guest. Okay, we've already been here. Turn to your gaze. Nice fierce pose. Let's reverse it. Good. And then left hand can come, left forearm can come onto the knee for your side angle. This is a great place to hang out for intermediate or beginners. If you're more advanced, you might place your hand to the ground or on a block behind the leg, okay? You can also do it in front, but I really like behind. That's kind of the more traditional way to do it. Stay in your warrior two. Reach through your right arm. Awesome. Easy way to come out of this one. We're going to vinyasa. Face the front of the mat. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. And we're going to hop to the middle of our mat and come to a seat. Okay, we're going to do some hip opening postures to prepare you for the box splits, the wide splits, except we're not going to actually do them. We're just going to do the preparatory postures to really help open up your hips and relieve your lower back. So right foot comes in, left leg extends, all right? Instead of forward or folding over our left foot, we're going to fold straight down the center, almost like we're coming into a wide leg forward fold, but we have one leg in tree. Just reaching through. Keep your sitting bones down. Don't let the hips lift. Good. Now inhale, come up. Rotate your torso towards your left extended leg. Flex the left toes, pull them back towards your face. And now forward fold over that leg, okay? So the first forward fold was down the middle. Second one is hitting the hamstring. We've got a slight twist, so you might feel it in your lower back. Excellent. Inhale, go ahead and come on up. We're going to pass through butterfly pose, so soles of the feet together, knees wide. Okay, so passing through this bound angle position before we go to the other side. Set up nice and tall. Good. Really, really press those feet together. If you can take the knees down to the ground, that's great. Some people like to use their forearms a little bit to assist their inner thighs. Just be careful not to overdo it. If you're one of those people that can forward fold in your bound angle pose, by all means, keep your hips rooted. Lean forward a little bit. Just enjoy this hip opener. Awesome. Inhale, come on up. Let's just extend our right leg so that we're already set up for the other side. Left knee in. Inhale, let's reach our arms up this time. Exhale, straight down the middle. Okay, so not even over that right leg. Keep that right hip down, all right? I know it wants to lift. Inhale, come on up. Rotate yourself. Look at your right foot. Forward fold over that right leg. So the great thing about Janu Shirshasana, that's what this pose is called, is that yes, it's a hamstring stretch for your right foot. But I also really feel it in my lower back since there's a twisting action towards the leg. So really a nice lower back release. Good. Inhale, go ahead and come on up. Let's take a wide leg forward fold. We've already done it standing. So feet out super wide. I kind of like to lift my buttocks and move them out of the way so that my sitting bones are on the earth. Sit up nice and tall. Reach the sides of the body long. Flex the feet and exhale. You can reach your hands forward. That's a good thing to do if you're hinging forward and you're tight. If you're looser, you might be able to grab outside edges of the feet and come down into Uttanasana Konasana, wide leg forward fold. Right? Obviously, this wide straddle is a great one for working on box split because we need to have nice loose hamstrings and have the nice loose kind of inner thighs. Good. Go ahead and inhale. Come on up. Awesome. You're going to bend your knees, cross your ankles, and we're going to take a vinyasa. Okay, this is vinyasa yoga. So high plank. Really, really find it nice and firm. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Awesome. All right, a couple back bends today. We're not going to do bridge. We're going to do camel. So we're going to come down onto our knees. If you've got carpet, you don't have to worry about it. If you're on an uncarpeted floor, I really like folding my yoga mat, bringing my knees onto the mat. We will do 2 camels. First one, very beginner, opening up the chest. Second one, a little bit more advanced, okay? First one, knees are going to be under the hips, hands to lower back. You're going to firm up the front of the legs, press the hips slightly forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together like we did in those cactus arms. Lift your heart, okay? And then only if you feel comfortable in this back bend, drop your head. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up. Exhale, sit on your heels and release. Good. You guys, we are almost done. You know that when we're doing back bends, we're close to the end of the vinyasa class, right? Good. Let's come up. Camel number 2. Knees underneath your hips. All right. This time, hands to lower back. Press those hips forward. Okay. Strong, strong front of the thighs. If it feels good to you, you might be able to tuck the toes or leave the toes down. Place one hand back on a heel, other hand back on the heel. If you lean back to grab the heels, press the hips forward again. Re-engage. Lift your heart. Drop your head. Camel. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale brings you out. Exhale. You can sit on your heels, hands on the thighs. Allow the tops of your feet to flatten. Just enjoy. right? So camel scrapes do in the morning because it definitely wakes you up. Awesome. Let's take our last vinyasa. Undo your mat. Find a nice strong plank first. Fingers spread apart. Firm up the core. Keep it firm. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Last down dog. We'll take an extra breath. Inhale. Good. And you're going to hop through to seated, or you can come to kneeling and then seated. Very good. So what we're going to do now is in your seat, take your knees, 2 90-degree angles with the knees. I'm really big on these 90-90 hip shifts, especially at the end of class. So we're going to try to take our hands behind us for support, hands down, and we're just going to windshield wiper both knees down, feet flex, just to kind of release and rinse out all the work that we did, especially those warrior twos and the back bends and all the stuff we did for the hips and lower back. So doing these windshield wipers, just a huge release before the end of class. Awesome. Come back to center. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Okay. Feet can be together. Feet can be flexed. I'm going to demonstrate with feet wide apart since I'm pregnant. Okay. We're going to take a double leg forward fold. So if you first want to start by sitting up nice and tall, reaching arms to sky. Okay. Keep that length as you fold forward, hinge forward, reaching your heart to your toes. Can't grab your feet, it's no big deal. You leave your hands at your shins, or you can even hold on to the shins. Paschimottanasana. Outside edges of the feet. If you've got the feet, pull the edges of the feet to your face so that you can come down nice and deep. Just allowing the back of the body to stretch it out. This will also really calm you down. Awesome. Inhale, go ahead and come on up. We're going to come down into Supta Baddha Konasana. That's soles of the feet together, knees wide. We've done a lot of this lateral hip opening today. We're going to stick with that since when we sit in chairs and do work from home, we're always facing the knees forward instead of out. So you can come down, placing one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, knees wide. All right, staying here for just a few moments to catch your breath. I will give you a nice option if you have blocks, okay? Especially since I'm pregnant, I can demo this. One block will go the medium height, right where a heart rate monitor or your lower sports bra band would be on your back. So I would say that's the bottom of the shoulder blades. And the other block, same height, right under the ridge of the back of your head. Again, you can take Supta Baddha Konasana like this. I think it feels a little bit better during pregnancy since I don't really enjoy laying on my back right now. Giving myself a little added height feels great. And it's also very gentle back bend. Close your eyes. This is where we will take our rest for this class. Take a couple deep breaths with me. If you've been lying in Supta Baddha Konasana for this whole time, even without the blocks, and you really want to come into Shavasana by straightening your legs, by all means, you can do so. Even if you're in the supported back bend, you can straighten your legs and take Shavasana this way, supported back bend, or you can come down onto your back for a nice regular rest and recovery. Keep breathing. Clear your mind. If you have any thoughts about your day, use maybe 1 or 2 deep breaths. Good. And then no matter where you are, roll over onto your right side. Okay. Even on the blocks, it helps to place your right forearm down and roll off of those blocks instead of trying to lift off the blocks. I made that mistake when I was younger. Not great for your back. Okay. We're going to come into an easy cross-legged seats. Noticing how your hips feel. Okay. Here at the end of class. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to heart center. Really identifying what that good posture feels like after yoga class, and really trying to take that mental memory of the good posture, the open hips with you throughout your day. Thank you so much for joining me for Vinyasa Yoga. I hope everyone stays safe, stays healthy, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the fall semester. Namaste.